Ball used was an Absolute from Storm. Pin up. The grid is out of the box, which is 1500 React to Shine, with about 4 games on it. And the layout is 40 by 4 by 40. Nate did 6 shots at an average speed of 15.6, along with revs at around 267. Overall, had a little bit of variation. He was getting shots league beforehand, so he was definitely a little tired. We can kind of see the variation above here. It wasn't too bad, but fits actually as a match bowler, which is roughly what I expected from him, to be honest. His ability to throw more on the outside is exactly what I was expecting. He has improved greatly, and I would say actually before the season started, he was more in the speed-dominated zone. So hopefully that we will be able to get him into a little bit more rev-dominated zone with a little bit more speed. But all in all, very impressive for where he was. To calculate the velocity of the ball, we go down the entire lane, so we're going to assume 60 feet traveled. So we will count the frames from when the ball crosses the line until the ball hits, or we assume would have hit the headpin. Now with that, we know how many frames has gone by. In order to calculate the seconds, it's frames divided by 30, which is using 30 frames per second. Using my software, I use Vegas 18 Pro. And to calculate feet per second, it's just 60 times 30, 1,800 divided by your frames. And then that is in feet per second. And then to get to MPH, you just multiply by 0.6818. 18 is the conversion, and that is how we got the miles per second. Calculating RPM, this is basically so once the ball crosses the line until it hits the headpin, just like what we did for velocity. Counting how many rotations, and I'm only counting full rotations. I'm not trying to get for this one tenths of a rotation. Then I'm going to be multiplying that by 60 because I'm trying to get into the minutes here because the rotations are going to be just part of it. And how many seconds that's counting is going to be the same as velocity, where we're going to do frames divided by 30. And since it's rotations per minute, the RPM is going to be instead rotations times 1,800 divided by frames of basically how many frames you count. Once again, I'm using Vegas Pro 18, so that's how you calculate RPM.